Welcome back from lunch, everyone.
Welcome back. There's some more Cellsonic.
Yep, that's right. We're going to talk about Cellsonic. We're going to talk about non-surgical. And we'll even throw in a little bit of nutritional, external, and internal today. How's that? And don't worry, we can go back and review the other people we did yesterday because we're going to. But the reality is you're able to take more and process more, right? You're getting more comfortable, right? Yeah. Okay? Yesterday's like, oh my God, oh my God. This morning might have been, oh my God. But now that we did the couples connection, we're all in love with each other. At least there's two I know for sure. At least that's what they say. Everybody knows. And Buck is talking about it. Okay, so this is day 2. How's it going? What have you learned? Anything? Heaps. Heaps. You've learned heaps. Okay, so this is day 2 of the BraveHeart, the Whole Life Coach certification. And so people have been asking, and I'm just going to say this for the people online. There's 3 spots left in the Wolf Non-Surgical, and there's 5 left in the Pelvic course. The Wolf Non-Surgical course starts in 8 days from now. You can go to braveheartnation.com or bhnuniversity.com and check that out. And that is a 12-day course, okay? And it is, check it out, it's body work. It's called non-surgical because...
It's the most restorative body work you will ever have done.
Yeah, and we will guarantee that. We'll guarantee it. And we will prove it to everyone here, those people that are taking the course and not taking the course, that it is. No matter who we work on, it doesn't matter whether it's been 10, 20, 30 years, first treatment will bring the thunder down, okay? Now, you don't need to have a Cellsonic to do miraculous things. And understand something. Everybody's have a different reality. And guess what? You're not going to like this one either. You can't go to a government-sanctioned approved school.
No, but they've reverse engineered disease and they're only interested in suppressing your symptoms. They have no interest in addressing the cause because that's bad for business.
So when I first came out of school, I went into registered massage therapy. When I got our registered massage therapy, I put Wolf Non-Surgical together 3 months later. You get that? Oh, I wasn't going to do it. Effleurage, pet massage. I'm going to hold this point. How's it feeling? Is the pain going away? You think I'm kidding? It hasn't changed. Cupping? Seriously? And guess what? I'm going to tell you something. I called the other day to get a massage, and I wanted one of those. Everything has its place. You tell me that a massage therapist can get rid of a cane, a walker, a wheelchair, and I'm telling you, you don't know what you're talking about. Unless you're dealing with a scar tissue issue, which old age is, and every physical problem is. And it's displaced calcium. Scar tissue and displaced calcium. That's all it is. It is nothing else. You can do anything. You can increase the circulation on many different levels, and you are going to slow the deterioration down. You might even stop it, but you can't reverse the scar tissue. This Cellsonic and Wolf Non-Surgical will give anybody a money-back guarantee. I don't care how crippled they are. That in the first treatment, we're going to do more than all the other treatments combined. This isn't a sales pitch. We're telling you that there's good news.
The best news ever.
Yeah. So you're not going to believe it, but just know this. We have a case that the spine was cut, and the gentleman is now walking. Okay, it grew back together. You can't take 25,000 volts of electricity into the body and not think that you're not going to get 2 bones that won't grow together that aren't, because they are, that you're not going to get neurons growing back together.
Every cell has voltage, so you're gifting your cells voltage when you use this. The question is, are you willing to change your thought patterns and your eating patterns, because your habits up to that point have led to the accident or the disease that you have?
Yeah, and how many people know that the body runs off of, ready for this? 1 AA battery. That's not one AA battery. That's 25,000 volts put into a harmonic field through a liquid, okay? So it's still coming in as 25,000 volts, but it's coming in as a harmonic field. So it will do the same thing as that will do, except there's not one negative effect that this will ever create in anyone. You'll just sleep better that night. You will sleep better. You'll feel better. We could just do the Cellsonic and take away your pain, okay? But when we do the Cellsonic, we can do 4 treatments in one. Did we prove it this morning? Was that proof enough for you?
Yeah.
Did you see how big our SI joint? Was it that big?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and then between the Cellsonic and me, how long did I work on it? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
And was it gone?
Yeah.
And how's your pain now?
Fantastic.
How's your leg?
No stiffness at all.
No pain, no stiffness?
No
It was more flexible.
And
It was
it's
like
like-
my good leg.
And now it's like you've never had the pain, and how long have you had that problem?
About nearly 30 years.
30 years. Now, this is not her lying, okay? And how many different people have you seen about that problem?
Oh, hundreds.
Hundreds.
And I'm a therapist.
Huh?
I'm a body therapist too.
Yeah.
I couldn't get rid of them.
Well, guess what? Now you're going to do the same thing that I did to you, to everybody else, and then you can have everybody else not liking you either.
Excellent. I like that.
So we'll come back on here in a few days, and guess what? We'll have a dozen people that couldn't get rid of something that we got rid of it.
They should all come up here and tell it.
Yeah, they should. And if people are in the area of Nambucca Heads, if you want to call me, you can come for a Cellsonic treatment and a non-surgical. And I just want to know who has taken the course before and who's willing to work on people here, because we don't have enough people. Now, Sage is coming and flying in on the 16th. He'll need like a day. So starting the 18th, Sage will be able to work on people as well. We just don't have enough people here. You know, usually we have a lot more people in the area, but you know, we haven't taught hardly anybody in Australia. So that could be a problem, right? But it won't be after this.
It won't be next time.
No.
The beautiful people sitting here.
Yeah. Okay. All right, love. Rosie, why don't you tell us what's going on?
Lots.
Lots. No, you cannot say that anymore. Did you know that I expected exactly that? We already talked about that before lunch, right? So I said, what's going on? Did I ask her to tell me how much is going on or what's going on? Do you understand? I want your subconscious to stop entering into our conversations. Could I have a BraveHeart hero come into the conversations from now on? Mm-hmm. Can you really give it a shot? Go ahead, love.
I need work on my back and neck.
Yeah.
My hips.
Just know this, that everyone should get their spine done first. It's 1,000 to 1,200 pulses on the spine if you get the Cellsonic. And remember something, just get this. Everybody's getting it at a discount, and do I get any money from this? I have to make that perfectly clear because I'm after everybody's money. So you want to get 1,000 to 1,200 pulses on the spine, and then you want to get the non-surgical. And the non-surgical on the spine, guess what? I want everybody to measure themselves, okay? I'll take a look if we have it. We usually bring it, I don't know where it is. I'll ask Lori for it, and we'll hang it. And everybody here, if you're 2 inches shorter than you were at the height of your prime of your height of your prime, okay?
The height you were in your prime.
Whatever. God. Okay.
Just helping you out.
I'm sure you are. Undermining me, trying to take over my position. I feel it. Listen, so then after one treatment, okay, you will be 1 to 1.5 inches taller. Does everybody understand that you lost the cushion in your discs that are in between all your vertebrae? I love it. You know, we go to the medical doctor, and the medical doctor states, and even the health practitioners, the natural health ones, right? Why am I getting shorter? What do they say? You lost bone calcium, yes or no? Yes. So what happened? Did your skull shrink?
You lost the
Did
height
the legs
of
shrink? No, you just the sponginess of your discs, they got dehydrated because they got inflamed because you were pooping in your pelvis. Without inflammation, you don't have dehydration. And inflame is the first 4 letters. Remember this stuff when I say it. So can we rehydrate things? Yes. So understand, if we went in and did the non-surgical and we did the Cellsonic and we put 25,000 volts back into those discs, what do you think? We brought them back to life? Yeah, so that's where you're going to get your height back and you're not going to have any pain. You can have okay, or how about this? We've had people come to us, and this is not a lie. Scoliosis this bad.
Someone just commented about scoliosis.
And guess what? Who's got scoliosis? I don't know if we'll have time, but if we have somebody that has scoliosis, how about this? First treatment, we'll take 30% of the scoliosis out. How about this? Every time anybody with I get scoliosis like it's a disease. It's a curvature of your spine. And when you get scoliosis, the more that you have an inflamed mind, anxiety and stress, the more you dump chemicals, the more you create inflammation, dehydration. And guess what? If I'm shrinking the tendons, the ligaments, and the muscles, will the bow get more? Yes, it will. So the bow in your back will be more. Oh, everybody's confused. I've gone to everyone. No one knows what to do. So if we go where the bow is the greatest and we work there, but before we work there, we've got to work the occiput and the sacrum, because guess what? We want to untie both ends of the rope. I can work on your sacrum and your neck's going to feel better. It's called the whiplash effect. The whiplash effect. Okay? So understand that. So I'm going to untie both ends, and then I'm going to go into the main part of the bow. And when I go in there, I'm going to go right in between the spinous processes and on the discs. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to open those discs. I'm going to clean everything out in between every spinous process. And you're just going to go, wow, I am not old. You know what this is? That's your spine shrinking. Right? You've seen the old lady, the old man? That's your spine shrinking. And guess what? We will do it one time and there will be a 30% difference minimum on everyone. Now, depending whether you are flexible in your mind or not, will depend on how fast it goes back and whether it will stay back if you could just change your mind and become a little bit more flexible in your thinking. Okay? So there's as far as the spine goes. Everybody should get their spine done first. Why? Because it carries all the information through your spinal fluid. Everybody thinks that you have your spine and the main reason is to keep you held up straight. No, it's not. The main reason is the spinal fluid so it can flow. Why do you think chiropractic works? If you can straighten out the vertebrae and straighten out the spine, the flow just goes better. For every little twist and every little kink, you slow down the flow, right? Okay, so every bit of arthritis, which is just inflammation, scar tissue formation, calcification in your joint, you're going to be crickety like a door hinge that's rusted. And because, like I said yesterday, the knees, the ankles, the elbows, okay, every other part that has a bit of a turn on it or anything that can open up and down like this, it can become what? Like the bend in a river. If you're throwing garbage in here and garbage in here, you're creating garbage in the weak points, and that's called crystallization, scar tissue formation, and calcification. Did you get that? Oh my God, does he not know anything else? No. You know a bunch of BS, and I don't. You are, even if you're a practitioner, I guarantee you, none of you have ever given a money-back guarantee in your life, and you wouldn't dare. You wouldn't dare. Because you can't bring the thunder down unless you turn the scar tissue back into connective tissue. And I don't care if it's organ, tendon, ligament, or muscle. Did you get that? We'll do all of it. Okay, so I just want you to understand what you're going home with. But guess what? How's your confidence levels? No, how's your confidence levels in life? Because your confidence levels in your life is going to show up exactly the same in the work you do. There's no difference. You can even understand this work. You can study this work. But if you've always been, oh, she's just shy. There's no such thing as shy. There's such thing of lack of confidence. Did you know that? There's no such thing as being arrogant. There's only such thing as not having enough confidence and overshooting things. And then people call that person arrogant. Do you understand? We've always got to label someone, don't we? So that we can divide each other into, you stay away from me. You know what? They've done so well to have us attack each other. Natural against the medical. Wouldn't it be great if we all came together? But that'll never happen. Meanwhile, they even know they're selling drugs. I just don't get it. But we're not here for that. Okay, let's talk about you.
My left shoulder's got a tear.
Her left shoulder no longer has a tear unless it happened yesterday. Did it happen 2 weeks ago?
No,
Did it happen 4 weeks ago?
no longer.
Did it happen 6 weeks ago?
5 years.
Well, guess what? It doesn't have a tear. Guess what happens when you tear something? You create inflammation and it replaces it with scar tissue. What's the golden rule? Anybody that has ever had a tear, ever had a physical accident, ever had surgery, needs Wolf non-surgical. That's why everybody that takes this course is smoking busy.
Yeah, I tore my shoulder when I was 22, and I had an impingement on it, and I had Wolf non-surgical done on it, and for the first time in, I guess it was like 11 years, my arm didn't go numb when I slept.
Yeah.
So the pain that I had there is no more.
Give me a person with a shoulder problem. Okay, we'll do 200 to 250 pulses right here. And even if you don't want to, I'll prove that without the pulses, I'll get rid of it. But if I do the pulses, I'm going to put the electrical charge back in to decalcify the mitochondria, which I taught you yesterday. Let me review it one more time, because these are the important things. My God, it seems like Daryl only knows 12 things. Okay, so the reality is every cell has what's called mitochondria. The power plant of the cell makes ATP, which is the energy to make the cell operate and for you to be able to dance, laugh, have a good time, not feel old, not have pain. So what happens here is that every time that you get stressed out and you eat inflammatory products, you inflame your body, yes or no? All the way down to the cellular level. So the reality is this, when you inflame all the way down to the cellular level, which we're all doing, and you get too much inflammation, guess what? Does a fire eat up oxygen? Inflammation eats up oxygen. Deprive a cell of 35% of its oxygen for 3 days, and you cause mutation. It says there's not enough oxygen to live, so now I'm going to live off of sugar, which you're a sugar junkie anyways, and I'm going to live off of lactic acid, which you've got a ton of. And so now they call that a cancer cell. Now, there is no such thing as a cancer cell being immortal. I call BS, BS, BS. If you were to go and oxygenate that body, get rid of the scar tissue, put the calcium back into the bones, bring up the vibration and the frequency of that cell, why would it be a cancer cell? So they say it's immortal. I don't believe that. They also say that cancer spreads. I don't believe it. Am I allowed to say that? I'm going to be attacked here in a second. The cancer cells do not spread. What spreads? Inflammation. Like a fire. And that's the truth.
Like a fire.
And that's the truth.
It catches the dehydrated tissue.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay. Guess what? We did the surgery. We got rid of this one cancer, and now it's spread to the other part of the body. We already know that surgery causes more inflammation and scar tissue formation than anything else. Do you know every time you go in there, you traumatize the cells? We talked about that. The cells get really thick because they're trying to protect themselves from the terrorist, not allowing oxygen in, not allowing waste out. That causes acidity, which causes the calcium to come into the cells, calcifying the mitochondria. Now they only spin, 300 to 600 times, not 2,500. Now they don't make enough ATP. Now you don't have enough energy.
And
so
then
now
you can't heal.
Yeah, and your cell needs energy. And guess what? Guess who's already on their way to stage 4 inflammation? Every sugar junkie. Every sugar junkie will have cancer. if they don't end up having heart disease and die first.
Robs you of alkaline minerals, robs
And,
you of
and,
oxygen.
and guess what? 85% minimum. How many people know that 30% of children of the age of 6 years old in North America are pre-diabetic? How many people know that 20% of the children in North America have fatty livers because their livers are so inflamed? Because how many people know that from the year 1900 until now, that children eat 100 times more sugar than they did then? How many people know that every time that a child is good, we poison it? Come here, get your treat. So then we can rot your teeth. So that then we can put in silver fillings that are 47% mercury. So then we can calcify your pineal gland and dumb you down. Welcome to the plan. And parents don't know this. God loved them anyways. So understand something. All you sugar junkies in here, and you can tell the sugar junkies, because you look like you're sucked out. And you have a belly that goes up and down like an accordion. You have no digestion left. You're all precancerous because you're all pre-stage 4 inflammation. Your inflammation levels are at 80%, 90% right now. So we can't even go deep on you. We can go deep into your spine, but are you going to promise that you're going to do only a whole plant-based diet, only juicing and water? I know, but I'm saying that to everyone, right? It's nothing personal. Because I'm not going to go in there and create any inflammation and pull anything apart, because she's not going to heal, is she? If she's 80% inflamed, she only has 20% immune system, what are the chances of her healing if we pull too much apart? So I'd like you to work on my knee, and I want you to work on my shoulder today. I could do it on somebody that's healthy, somebody that's not inflamed, but if you have inflammation and I work on your knee and I work on your shoulder, and you don't have a great immune system, then guess what? Then that little bit of immune healing you have, we've just spread it out. We've put it over here, and we put it over here, and this is not going to heal right. Oh, I thought you said it would heal and completely heal in 7 to 10 days. Yeah, it would if you weren't so inflamed. So anybody that has total inflammation better be looking at critical care thunder shrooms, because it will turn your immune system around so fast it'll make your head spin. Tomorrow we're going to go through do all the training on the products. So you need to be on daily cleansing tea, black gold, right now. Black diamond in your drinking water.
Black gold, I find that I'm unable to go to.
But that's because she already has a block. And the black gold is sucking up so much toxin in her bowel. Now, nobody's looking except the people in the class, and you're safe here. Your intestine's sitting like a snake that's in coma in the bottom of your pelvis. You okay? So the colon's supposed to be like this, right? Have hostras. And when you go to the bathroom, it contracts all the way along, and then you go poo. You eat something, when a baby eats something, 20 minutes later, 10 to 20 minutes later, it has a poop. That's because the swallowing triggered, okay, and it all went. And guess what? You swallow and it goes, there's nothing there. There's no life. You guys don't get it? Most people in here have no tone left in their core. And then you're wondering why you're on the floor. That means you have no immune system. The large intestine is 85% of the immune system. That's it. So if you were in a city that I have one of my clinics, I would say we'll work on your joints and we'll work on your spine. We'll work on your shoulder and take that down, but we're not going to go to town. I need to reduce the inflammation so we can increase the healing, or I'm stealing her money, aren't I? She'd be a lot better off if she wants relief from pain to do Cellsonic, and then we go in there and just do the joint areas. Because guess what? Now we're going to open up all of the beaver dams.
We have to bring back the flow so that healing can actually occur.
Yeah. So what we'll do your shoulder, we'll do your spine, and then we'll take a look from there. But understand something.
I wanted the pelvis as well for the pulse.
That's
Stay
smart.
for the women's
Well, that's fine. Well, you should be doing that. Okay?
She's on my list.
And you're checking it twice.
Oh yeah.
And seeing who's naughty. Naughty, full of scar tissue.
Literal
And who's,
naughty.
and who's ice, crystallized. Okay? All right. What else, love?
Just my carpal tunnel, but
Carpal tunnel is something that we can do. And you know what? I could do one of your hands. We'll do the Cellsonic and we'll do one of your hands here in 10 minutes if you want. And give you some relief. And then you can book it with somebody else and just get it done. Yeah. But I told you we can go to any of your joints. I just don't want to go to any big muscle bellies because they've got the inflammation in the muscle belly and they've got the water retention. And the water retention that's the fire truck there trying to put out the fire, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? People aren't even going to know you. By the end of this course in 23 days, you're going to be a completely different person. But are you going to go home and feel sorry for everybody still and buy into all the drama? No, please, let me finish. Because that's what you do. No, you do. You still do. You still do. Do you check in on your family right now? You're not allowed to talk to your family for the next 23 days. What?
She broke her phone, so she can't.
You broke your phone? Thank God for that. Because guess what? She has to have a certain amount of suffering every day to say that she's alive. This is a walking pincushion. And I'm not running her down, am I? You get where I'm coming from now, right? My intention is for her to leave here in her feminine power.
Rise up.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So I want you to go, that's why I'm here.
That's why I'm here.
No, move those hands.
That's why I'm here.
Now, how did that feel?
Good.
So that every time that you say hello to her, that's why I'm here. That's what she has to say. And guess what? Everybody, will you work with me?
Yeah.
So when you see her, even if she's at the other end of the park, yell out, that's why I'm here. Will you help her out?
Yeah.
Because she's forgetting. Look at her now. Oh my God, and look at the color. Did you just work out? Did you just work out? That's the best your color's been.
Bigger.
Yeah, and the pain is less. And that happened just right now because she was dumping, wow, I am a star. Look at my bright light. Okay. What else?
That's about it.
I really love that you said that. Oh.
No, I think I said my spine.
All we need to do is the SI joints.
Yeah, I think
If we do the SI joints in the pelvis and the spine and we do the shoulder, you're going to be rocking it.
I think so.
It's just that it's like ding, ding, dong, ding, ding. I mean, she's pinball baby. Right? Okay? Okay, so before the end of the day, we are going to play that Elton John song for you. You're going to be the pinball wizard. Okay? You're going to go in there and magically get rid of those balls.
Calcium ones.
Yes.
Hello, Daryl.
How you doing?
Great, thank you.
Good.
So, I want to take your advice about having the spinal work done, because you said that's where we should start.
Everybody needs to start there. There's not one person that if you were to have someone do the pulses and then actually get an hour to an hour and a half is what you need. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
An hour is too fast. Look they're going to take every vertebrae and clean out all around the spinous process and clean everything out. Like we're talking about microsurgery with the elbow. Then we're going to go in between every one of your discs and we're going to open those up. And guess what? The spine will only be tender for 48 hours and then you'll have all this flexibility back. Oh, you'll feel it. You'll think clearer. You'll see better. You'll smell better.
Yeah.
Not smell better. I think most of you are just going to stink the whole time.
I work worked on a lady, I did her spine, and she's like, I haven't been able to smell for quite some time, and
Yeah.
she was picking things up, and she's like, I didn't realize that could happen from working on the spine. It was just
Well, that's what I meant. She could smell better. I didn't think that they were going to smell better.
No, it kind of shocked me because I hadn't.
Because
actually
if we
heard
go
that.
in and loosen all this stuff, you might stink more.
Yeah, that's true. Just for a little bit though.
Speak for yourself. Are the doors open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a circulation in here.
Okay.
So 6 weeks ago, I was walking from my backyard to
6
my
weeks
porch.
ago, you were walking from your
From my
backyard.
backyard to my porch, and
Your
I
porch.
had these 2 jars underneath my arm, and I tripped on something.
Yeah.
It's a whole story in itself. But I lurched.
And what were
forward.
you thinking at the time?
I'll tell you what I was thinking.
You were thinking, I should put those jars down. And you didn't.
I didn't know. I was like, anyway, the jar slammed into my rib cage,
Yeah.
and it winded me.
6 weeks ago.
Yes. So I had this little lump here.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it was actually, I think it did fracture it, but I wanted to say that I thought that, at the time, I was like, wow, I know that would have been broken, like a cookie cutter. It would have
Yeah.
slammed right through my ribs and probably broken, gone into, punctured my lungs. But that didn't happen because I've been on Merigen, half-dose Merigen for 12 months now. I was thinking the Merigen really...
It saved your butt.
Yeah.
You may not know this. Merigen's expensive. It's the only product like it in the world. It's the only true calcium product. It's the only ion calcium product in the world. You might buy a product and it says calcium ionic calcium. That's not calcium ions. That's totally different. And ionic calcium, you can absorb it through your stomach, but you don't absorb it into your brain tissue cells and into your cells of all your whole body. And the Merigen, the Cardigen for joints, the Dentagen for jaw and teeth, the Oxygen for young children under 12, the Alzagen for people with Alzheimer's.
And it restores the calcium signaling processes like when you were young. So it brings back homeostasis, and it is responsible for over 120,000 different hormonal communication processes in the body. And for most of us, because we're so acidic all the time, we're consistently imbalancing that calcium homeostasis.
And guess what? That calcium homeostasis is your cells and your body, your brain, most important communicator.
It keeps you alive.
And are you ready? By the time you're 40, 80% of it is gone. If you don't think that we were manipulated, too bad for you. Why do you think you don't make human growth hormone that doesn't go into your liver anymore to make IGF-1 that gave you all your energy, stamina, and tone? We make the purest concentrate of IGF-1 in the world. We also have the only product in the world that has calcium ions. So we just replaced the 2 most important things for youth. But we can also prove with testimonials that every so-called symptom all the way up to stage 4 inflammation somehow miraculously leaves with these 2 products. And I'm not saying all the time. If you've got a death wish,
If you have a personality disorder,
Yes.
there's nothing that can save you
Nothing.
until you address the thought process.
there are no cures. We have products that have the highest frequency in them. And it's all about frequency. It's all about light. That's all it is. And I would suggest to everyone to just get 1 treatment and do 1 at a time. Mm-hmm. And then let's see how you feel after that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Asking your body to work in 6 different places all at once, you'll heal slower than if you do 1.
Yeah, and
Give
then
yourself a
we
couple
want
days.
that to heal.
And then do another one.
So that's what we do. People will come to us, and we learned that too, is they're just broken. But we want every other day we'll do a treatment.
Pandora's box.
Yeah. You can do a Cellsonic every day.
Yes.
But we will not do a non-surgical on you every day. It'll be every other day, unless it was joints. Where is he? Over there. You didn't do him last night.
We didn't have time, but it'll start tonight.
Trust me, if you don't go after him, he's not going to remind you.
No, we talked about it.
That's right.
Right, I'm
He
coming
has
for
never
you tonight.
he has never put himself first.
I came to dinner with you.
Well, yeah, and how was that?
It was great.
Oh, okay then. But don't make him suffer another night.
Okay, I won't.
Okay. All right. So that's where I would start. And understand something. I wish we would have taken a picture of you before you did your clapping. Since you did your clapping, you are radiant. You look like, I don't know, I want to say 8 to 10 years younger.
Lighter.
Your youthfulness, your joy has come right to the surface from you bruising yourself and clapping.
Beautiful. I need to bruise myself.
Why don't you go in and look at a mirror and then tell me I'm wrong? Everybody look at her. Look at everyone. Look at everyone and tell me I'm wrong. Go look in the mirror now. Okay? Go look at that beautiful woman. All right?
I am.
Isn't that something? Isn't that shocking? Oh my God. Okay.
Thank
Next
you.
victim.
Hi, Susie. Hi. What's up?
So I've been, what the doctor told me, I've been diagnosed with polycystic liver and kidney disease.
Polycystic liver kidney disease.
Inflammation of...
Inflammation of your kidneys and your liver. And guess what? She's got tons of pus sackets.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because my mum had it, my brother's got it.
Your mother had it, your brother
life-
had it.
Your lifestyle's the same. So what you eat is the same,
Yeah.
what you drink is the same, and on some level, the thinking patterns are the same.
That's
The
right.
liver is congested.
There's no
That's-
such thing as genetic. Say it out loud.
There's no such thing as genetic.
And guess what? You get the diseases your family have because you take on their suffering. I don't take on my suffering. Right now my daughter's on the phone. When she suffers, I won't suffer with her. She's one of our body workers. She's learning faster than I did. But when she suffers, I go, I love you, we'll talk tomorrow. Go hang out with yourself and suffer. You can't keep trying to save people.
You have to want to
This
save
is why
yourself.
you're messed up. How many people have you saved?
No.
And did you almost destroy one?
How many people have you tried
Really?
to save?
So you've got polycystic liver and kidney disease, and you didn't try to destroy yourself on a subconscious level. Huh?
Maybe on a subconscious level.
Maybe. Just think if you were conscious, you wouldn't be in a... And people that are totally conscious and know how to breathe and they're smiling and, they don't make decisions that dishonor themselves. They're not sick. They're not diseased. They don't have symptoms. Do they? No, they don't. But then you go, I don't know. Say, I don't know. That's right. So you got to buy into this BS about unconditional love for yourself.
Absolutely.
You don't have that disease. You can decide right now that you are not going to stress out. I mean, you know that your mind is a crazy zoo. That's why you have it. You know that you didn't drink enough water. You know that you were a flour sugar junkie. You know it. Oh, yes, you were. Listen to me, everyone. Just so you know, they put flour and sugar and chemicals in everything.
Everything.
She didn't intentionally go and take the sugar and put it into the cup, but she was grabbing foods that didn't come just directly from the farmer.
Food-like
Okay,
products.
I want you to say something to me after I say it. All food corporations are owned by the tobacco industry.
All food companies are owned by the
Tobacco.
corporation.
All food corporations are owned by the tobacco companies.
Okay, so understand that. What is their intentions? What has always been their intentions?
To have you
How many
addicted.
bags, boxes, and cans do you bring into your house? If you're not bringing in vegetables, whole grains, avocado, are you with me? That's it. It doesn't change. There's no new and improved. If I were to go into your cupboards, there would be so much poison in there, it would kill a horse. That's the deal. I eat better than the rest of my family. Yes, and are they still with us? They're on their way out. And you know it.
You need ultimate coffee enemas.
Yeah, if you've got...
Decongest the liver.
Yeah, we got to get in there. You got to do the daily cleansing tea, the black gold. And whoever said they were having problems with the black gold, there's no tone in there. So she should have been doing a 2-bag tea, and she should have been doing more ounces in the morning and at night, and maybe even a 4 ounce in the afternoon. And where is she? Where's the warm water? Where's the warm water enemas? And
Yeah, I'm doing that.
no, I know, but until we get to, okay, the large intestine is the most important muscle of the human body. Say it.
The large intestine is the most important muscle in the human body.
So I look after my large intestine more than any other muscle. How am I doing? I don't go to the gym. I don't work out. I do my stretching. We did it, right? We did the pelvic, we did the squats, we did the clapping. Okay, we did the crab stretch. That's what I do. And I do things the last time I did therapeutic vomiting would be about 6-7 months ago. And it's not because I was stressing out or I had hate or I had anger. It's just that I've been going full speed for 2 years, right? Trying to just do it all. Like, understand, I grew my business by 4 times during COVID. And I never fed off of COVID. Never used COVID. And me and Lori one day when COVID started, let's prove that we can increase our business by 3 to 4 times. And we believed we could, and we did it. Oh my God, COVID's here, I'm gonna lose my business. Oh, I bet you will. Oh my God, the financial system's gonna change, I'm gonna lose everything. Oh, yeah, you certainly will.
Spoke it into existence.
Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna rock this world. And if you've been following me, you know how they're trying to take me down now, and I'm still doing better than most practitioners out there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can keep on trying. I'm trying to show you something. Watch what you think, watch what you say. Okay? When my kids start moaning and groaning, I hang up. I go, I love you, and I hang up. They know exactly what's going on. That's right, Jen. Anxiety, she said. Okay, I heard her. All right, you better be quiet. I got you. Okay. So understand, just change your personality. Just mind your own business.
Give yourself permission to love
Mind your own business and you'll be great. Okay, so first of all, we know the liver stores anger. Who are you pissed off at? The world? Yourself?
someone else.
You bet. Don't. It's not like you don't know. You know what? People play dumb. The subconscious comes into it. What? Good. You keep up with that because they're never changing and they're not broken and you can't fix them.
They won't listen to you.
Yeah, so we're done with that. And now your kidneys, guess what? You got kidney problems. You know why? The fear of loss. You get kidney problems from the fear of loss. So what are you afraid of losing? Your house? Your job? Your money? Oh, you already know. Just say it. Everybody plays dumb, eh?
I don't know, my kids, no.
What?
Something happening to them or something, I don't know.
What? That they were going to do the V?
No.
Okay, then how were you going to lose them?
Oh,
Tell me exactly how you were going to lose them. So guess what? Let me just say this right now, and this has got to do with your training. Every one of you women were raised that, guess what? If you don't worry about your kids, they'll never be safe.
Or you're a bad
And
mom.
if you're a bad mother. And guess what? You got sucker punched. And that's where men and religion took you down, women.
You gotta be grateful they're divinely protected and put your feeling in that, because that's the same as worrying about the fear.
But it's not even about that,
Yeah.
okay? Women are, do you know what women do? Okay, please.
What do women do?
I'll tell you what women do, okay? Okay.
I want to know.
I don't think I like the way you said that. You see, I don't like what women do. Okay, so. Oh, listen, lover under the cover. Enough of you. Okay, now, so here's the deal. Tell me that I'm wrong. And listen, I love you for it, but you're going to kill yourself. If you're a good mother and a good wife, you will suffer more than your children and your husband when they're sick. Am I wrong?
No.
How's that working? Even though you get to have a period and you're stronger and you live longer than men, and if it wasn't for the period, you wouldn't, okay? So that gave you the edge. They still have figured a way to suck the energy out of you.
By us putting ourselves on the hook for everybody that we care for.
And I love this part. I love this part. Let's give them, okay, not even a health manual that will fix their family. Let's give them one that will frick them up. So you know things that don't even work. So you do things to try to help your family and they don't work. So now you feel like a failure. Isn't that a great way of destroying a family? Are you with me? But you go ahead, Susie, and you keep worrying, you keep hating the government, and you keep worrying because you worrying about your children is keeping them so safe. It's not doing anything except making you sick. So we just figured out your diseases. It's your personality. It's sucking the life out of you.
It's where your consciousness goes.
So now you taught your girls. How many daughters do you have?
4 boys.
Thank God. Because now the girls would have been offing themselves. But now the boys are looking for women that will suffer for them. That's even just as bad. So who's going to stop the family curse?
Me.
Okay. There. How do you like me? You probably like her more, but how do you like... Yeah. So what would you like worked on? Do you see? We're not going to work on somebody and take their money until we can show them that they are the honey. Do you understand that? You understand that. When you have a patient, a client, a family member walk in, remember something. You're not looking at the condition, okay? They have. You're going to look at the condition they're in. And we already know her condition. She hates things she can't change. That's really working good for her, creating lots of anger. And guess what? As long as she worries for her children, and they're probably all grown up, okay, they're going to stay healthy and she'll stay sick. So now we know underlying all this, she has no love for herself. So what would you like us to work on physically? It probably won't work because of your condition, of your personality.
Got bone degeneration.
What?
Degeneration of the right pubic bone.
Okay.
Acidity in the pelvis.
That's actually your cecum. Okay, so, and if you could get more tone in there, okay? Have you ever had a cesarean? Okay, all right. So then you've had a pooping problem a long, long time, and you've been backing waste from your large intestine into your small intestine. And so when that happens, okay, what we have to do is we have to draw calcium from the femur bone to actually buffer down all the tissues in the area, or you would have had stage 4 inflammation, which means you would have had cancer. So which one would you like? So you can restore the calcium back into that femur bone. Are you willing to take Merigen? Are you willing to do the ultimate coffee enemas? Are you willing to do vaginal infusions? Are you willing to go on the Perfect Day diet?
Yeah.
Oh, then guess what? It's all over. They just lost. They just lost a client. You will not have any more bone loss. Ever. Ever. You only have bone loss because you have to steal the calcium to buffer down the inflammation, because it's the most alkalining mineral in the human body. Did you get that?
And give yourself permission to love yourself first.
Yeah, and guess what? Don't ask your kids how they are. What's new in your life? Try that one. Because what does she do? How are you doing? I just want to make sure that all my worry's paying off. Why didn't she go, what's new in your life? What's exciting? That's what you should be doing. Being the great white faith mother.
Totally.
Not, I hope everything's going to be okay. Oh, I hope I get well. You're not getting well. I know I'll get well. Yes, you are. Okay? How'd we do? But guess what? Do you get a lot of pain in that area?
I get pain.
The liver. So guess what?
I reckon that's an upper bundle branch block.
Upper bundle branch block. It's a scar tissue issue. Are you done now? Did you practice that? Why am I like this? Crack the coconut, baby. I'm sorry, Susie. Please go home and get your will together. Or change your personality. Bunch of bundle block bloomers. Love you, girl. Okay, well, guess what? We're gonna rock your world this week. How's that? We're only 1.5 days. How are we doing? Are we rocking it, baby?
Is
there anything you'd like to say?
I just want to know about the hot flushes. Is that from the liver as well?
Oh, the hot flashes are the backup from the bowel onto the liver.
Yeah.
And you have to understand something. Let's put it this way. Are you ready? You might want to write this down because this is rocket science stuff. Nobody can figure it out. Okay, I just tripped on it. So, a hot flash is the body doing little boil-offs of infection. Has your period been slowing up a little bit? Okay, because guess what? So when you had your period, your body was going in and getting rid of the worst poisons. And then there was coming out the vaginal canal. And now guess what? You had that taken away from you. And guess what? You had all these years to wake up to the fact. So now your large intestine is lazy. It's actually in a coma, partial coma.
It's leaking back into the bloodstream.
You're leaking into your pelvis. That's why you've got a femur problem. And guess what? If your liver, it's backing up, and now your liver has to look after the waste. And guess what else? Where are your kidneys? Sitting on the back of where? Oh, well, here, this part of the colon comes down around, right? The splenic flexure. And the other kidney sits behind the liver, just a little lower. So what happens if your pooper's not working, sweetie? Did you know that you can just go right above the kidney with your thumb and push in just underneath the ribs? And if you were backed up, you can actually put a dent in the poop. How nice is that? That's so nice. So understand something. Get on a whole plant-based diet. Do the ultimate coffee enema vaginal infusion. Okay? All right? And when you are doing things that make you sick to your stomach, like worry about your children, instead of having all that heartburn and acid, you're going to go get 3 glasses of warm structured water. You're going to drink one until you can feel it sloshing around in your stomach. Go read about it. And you're going to do therapeutic vomiting, and you're going to dump the acid out of you instead of building it up. So if we look after our stomach and we get the cork out of our butt, guess what? We're on a roll, baby. Okay? Poo-hoo. You poo. Poo on you. We'll be talking about all kinds of stuff. We've got the next day, and we're going to be talking a lot of different people coming in and talking here online. And then when we come back, that first day, I'm going to go through the digestive tract and the bowel. Then the next day, we're going to go through and talk about all types of different conditions. Do you understand how you're just going to be nailing this thing? Yes. You're going to nail this thing. And then you've got that 440-page manual, and I'm telling you, I want you to write, because some of you said, oh, I've read every health book and done every course. I want you to write that where that rates on health books in the world. I want you to give me a testimonial. Because I know that we've got $250,000 put into that book. I know that we've put in probably, probably about, maybe about 25,000 hours between everyone. What do you think? She knows, she's been around. Graphic artists, writers.
Proofreaders.
And this was the 5th edition. And this edition took us 8 months. 8 months. Everything must change. Everything must change. This course must change with every new course we do. Is this course any different than the last one for you? Yes, definitely. There's no same course. That's why once you've taken the course 3 times with us, you come free for life. Free for life. All right? What do you think, Susie?
Correct.
Okay. Do you need to go give your kids a call? Okay, all right.
Thank you.
And just remember something. When you don't need yourself, you need everyone else to need you. Okay? Next. Okay, 1 second.
She's still on the phone.
I know. Go ahead and ask your questions, and I'll be right with you.
Hey, Daryl. So we want to work on Genevieve's scar on abdomen, the side for belly button?
Yeah. So that means for every inch that you would do 50 pulses for every square inch. But the reality is that what you want to do is, because it's older. Okay, so my daughter Genevieve, what happened is, you know Sage? Well, I think Sage was 2. And Genevieve was 5. And Sage might have been 3. And Genevieve was 5 years old. And my daughter Devin, who was the eldest, went in and turned on the music on the band. And then Sage was playing with it. We were running in getting the suitcases. Genevieve was back behind the band playing on the ground. Sage put the car into neutral. We were on a hill. And guess where we were? We were in Albuquerque up on a mountain. Wow. So Sage would have went off the cliff with the car. I'm not kidding. Devin, no, how did this go? Devin grabbed the wheel of the car to try to get into the car, and she grabbed the wheel and fell, and the wheel went this way, so the car went around here, and Genevieve was over here, and it ran right over.
Wow.
Right? So when it ran over her, it split her liver right in half. Yeah. It's going to be hard for me to get through this. It's the most traumatic time of my life. So anyways, we're on a mountain and there's no hospital. So we got a helicopter to fly in, but then we went to call the ambulance, and the front desk went for lunch and they put the phone in the safe. And there was no cell phones. So anyways. I got this. So she went completely white, so we know she was bleeding internally. Went to the hospital and they said that she was going to die. They put her in a helicopter. She did die in the helicopter. So what they did, because there was no sense in just wasting it, they took 4 adult They took a supply, you know, there's 4 blood types. And they took all the supply of each blood type and put it into her. God, when you hear your kid's not going to be alive in the morning. But it's a great story. Because I don't have one religious faith, I have all of them. I knew the head of the Buddhists in Canada. I knew the head rabbi in Toronto. I knew the head of the Roman Catholic Church. I mean, I'm friends with everyone. And they all started praying. I have to get through this because you have to hear the story. So, a friend of mine, and he's Indian. And he said, look, I know an Indian, and they are a time traveler. So he said, I'll go in tonight. And he went to go in. If I ever needed to know that there was a creator, I don't usually get this. He says, I couldn't get close to her. There was 200,000 people praying for her. There she is. We are the light. We have to come together, guys. We have to put down our hate and anger. They've messed with us since the beginning, and they'll mess with us forever. But as a group here, so anyways, they studied Genevieve for about a year after because they said it was impossible that she lived because she died on the plane. And then having 4 different types of blood and that much blood put into you, you're not supposed to live. Yeah. And then she lost so much weight, she was this little scrawny. You ever see that movie? What was his name with the hair? The scrawny little thing?
Gollum?
Yeah, Gollum. She looked like Gollum. No offense, Jen. And when she came out, she threw me across the room like 3 or 4 times. The strength. So when she came back with something else. Yeah. Yeah. Not all death experiences, you bring something good back. Just know that. So she's had to work with that through her life. 5. Then she threw me across the room. You can ask Sage. Yeah. So we knew there was something that came back with her. And then, you know what? Because of the liver thing and it ran over her head, everybody would say that she's always going to be disabled and mentally challenged. And I told everybody to stop talking like that, but nobody would. My wife wouldn't. Everybody, her family, they wouldn't stop talking like that. So, of course, Genevieve believes now that she's mentally, she's deficient. And this is where we are today. So understand something. It doesn't matter what goes on in my life. I'm still going to take time to dance. Take time to dance. To smile. To hug. To love. Don't get depressed. Don't get angry. Don't get sad. Come back right away. I allow myself 30 seconds. I don't even allow that anymore. I'm not upset for even 3 seconds. I roar and then I'm there, right back. You know why you're falling apart? You're falling apart because you hold on to your shit. You stay angry too long. You stay depressed too long. That's why you're going to be sick forever. Change your personality, smile, love yourself, forgive yourself. The whole thing's a setup. I don't give a crap how old your religion is. If it's got a chokehold on you or makes you feel less of a human being or a spirit being or that you aren't connected to the great creator, then screw it. Look, I'm just working with my kids, still trying to get them to get rid of guilt and judgment. This is your fault, Sandra. You're fired. So anyways, you want to do, I would do the 50 pulses per square inch along the whole scar, and then take it out past the scar, and then come around and do a circle. So for every square inch, I want 100 pulses. So I want you to go 50 pulses per square inch right along the scar, and then I want another same amount and go around the outside of the scar. And then when you go in there, Sandra, it'll fall apart like butter. And you'll see the color change so fast. And then we're going to do it again. And we're going to do it every week for 3 weeks. And guess what? If Genevieve claps it, if Genevieve puts DMSO cream on it, if she puts Pain Away essential oil on it, and after that, then she puts the C60 coconut oil on it, you won't see it in 3 to 4 weeks. It'll be gone. Every scar will leave. Every scar will leave. A scar is dehydrated tissue not getting nourishment. I don't care if it's brown, black, gray, it will leave. You stay crippled if you want. Keep your scar if you need to believe that you survived the war. You know what I'm really sick of? Look at what I survived. You know, just like guys who go to war and they've got, look at I came back, I got one leg. Okay, I'm emotionally screwed up for the rest of my life, but I went to war. Why'd you go? You didn't even know them and you hurt them. Give it up. It's BS. And then don't tell me about the sports injury that you're still hobbling on 20 years later and you want to talk about it. Why didn't you get rid of it? Is that your claim to fame? Oh, guess what? I have a DNA problem that only one person has out of every 10 million, and it's incurable. Wow, now you're special. And it's bullshit. And this is why I'm in trouble. Okay, there, your question's answered.
Also with Sandra, we worked on her last time when we were in Kelowna, and behind my ear and on the occiput, what are we going to do for that one?
Well, what you need to do is just do, so around the ear, you're going to do 150 pulses around the ear. You can come down to the TMJ, but don't come into the teeth part. And Sandra, I want you to put some fill water in your mouth. Put water in your mouth, work on her TMJ, work around the ear by 1 inch around. When you come around the back of the ear, you'll feel this big lump on Sandra. Just stay there and take the pulse head and move it on an angle so you're driving it up higher, and she might feel some kind of a dong. Just keep hitting it. And then come around and then do the occiput and then I want you to go, always for both of you, go 10, and then after you're done, I want you to go back in with 4 and redo both of those places. That's it. And don't forget, you're going to do the 10, you're going to go in, you're going to do non-surgical, and you're going to take it all apart, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to fall apart. And then you're going to go back in with number 4, and guess what? There you go. Go do it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Daryl.
Okay, you can watch the rest later. It's getting late.
Bye. I'm not employed anymore.
What?
Good night. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I'll rehire you. It was just the mood I was in. Damn it. Good night.
Bye, Sandra.
Bye.
Okay. Go ahead, love.
Hi, Alicia. Hi, I'm BraveHeart, and I'm here to heal.
You're
my
here to
whole
what?
body. Heal my whole body and learn how to heal my own body.
Well, have you been listening?
Sorry?
Have you been listening?
Yeah,
And don't say sorry.
I've been listening. Yeah,
Have you been listening?
yeah, I've been listening.
Did you listen to the diet?
Yeah, I did.
Did you listen to the therapeutic vomiting, the vaginal infusions?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know how to do them yet.
I know, but did you read your book yet?
Not yet.
It's all in the book, and also every video for free is in the DIY guide in the library.
Yeah.
They are.
You take over. You look after her.
I want to heal my sons and that as well because I've got like some problems.
You have to speak louder. If you're not
It
going to
feels
speak...
like my whole body's on fire, like burning from like inside, from the inside out.
You need to do therapeutic
It's your
vomiting.
core.
I know my core's bad.
You need to do therapeutic vomiting to rebalance the pH of your stomach.
And then it goes all spasming sometimes when I cough, and it just like scares the living daylights out of me.
You what?
Scares the living daylights
What
out of
happens?
her. Sounds like acid is rising up.
Oh, no. So your diaphragm, you've been pushing it down for too long, it's frozen. So now the valve is just above your diaphragm, and now you're a little volcano spewing acid.
So the beginning of a hiatal hernia.
Yeah. Have you ever really thought about yourself? No, please, before you answer. No, I didn't think so. You've never thought about yourself. She's never considered herself. If we were to get her to do a picture of her family, she wouldn't be in it. Why is that?
I just put my boys first because I need to look after them.
You need to take time to nurture
I
you.
could have looked after myself, but I didn't.
But you can now.
You can now.
You can now.
You have to give yourself permission, though, to schedule time for you.
Now I've got to suffer the consequences.
You don't have to suffer.
You don't have to suffer.
You don't
Okay,
have to
first
suffer.
of all, it's all about the suffering. Okay, what religion are you?
No.
Well, then stop acting like it. Please.
I don't believe in religion.
Then stop suffering. Why are you suffering? What do you have to suffer for now?
Catholic school.
Why? 1 second.
Brainwashed a bit.
There's where the suffering.
What did she say?
She went to a Catholic school. So.
I just said
You said, what did she say?
that. Well, I knew it. I knew it got into her. She still has it.
Yeah.
And then what did what did you say? It's all about guilt. And what did you say? Now I'm going to have to suffer
now
for
I'm
the
gonna
rest
have
of
to
my life.
Yes, and that was an automatic.
Okay, that was from school. I know that.
Yeah,
So you are religious. You have a religious belief.
but I haven't got.
I'm not saying that all religious beliefs are bad. Did you get that? I did not say that.
So it's still unconsciously there, subconsciously there. Yeah. But I'm.
I know that because you don't think about yourself.
Yeah.
If everybody thought about, okay, let's put it this way. Do you ever see those old taxi cabs where you had to go like this and you pulled it down and then it went tick, tick and you had to pay money for it? So we are going to get a surgeon to come here and put one of those here so that when you open your mouth or think, you have to pull that down and you're going to pay to think and you are going to pay to open your mouth because you need to start feeling your way through life and feeling, am I in love with myself right now? I am not, so I will shut my mouth. I will not think until I realign myself back into love for myself. Let me tell you something. Your boys are just fine. I know you're full of shit. This whole thing, you're just sitting here and moaning and groaning and, oh, the boy. Your boys don't give a shit. They are out doing their own thing. You could be there or not there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, then I don't want to talk about it anymore. Stop using your boys as an excuse to suffer. And I'm not upset. Listen to me. Stop using your boys as an excuse to suffer. Now, what would you do with Heather if you loved her? What would you do? No, I want you to go home tonight and write it all down. And you are going to talk. And first thing tomorrow morning, we are starting at 8 a.m. And you are going to tell everybody what you would do if you loved Heather and she was the most special person in your life. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I do.
I wouldn't come in here without that letter.
Are you doing the pelvic course?
Then let's do it. See, you've already started writing it.
And are you in the pelvic course?
Not yet, but I'm going to sign up for it.
You need to gift yourself with that. You
Yeah.
need to gift yourself with that.
And
so
don't
you
say
fall
it.
in love
And don't
with you.
say it. And you know, we're not. And this isn't a con job. Heather, wait till you see when you've done the course after 3 days what you're going to say. Okay? All right?
I'm excited.
Hallelujah, I'm free.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be free. Free as a bee.
But don't sting me. You little honeybee. Okay, we good? Now get out of here. Well, you've got lymphatic things because you hold on to your shit. I know, but you hold on to your shit physically. Yeah, that's why you have all this water. It can't get by the beaver dam of poo. What?
You're elbowing me.
Did it? Well, that was your clue to do something.
I am doing something.
Okay, do something.
You need to give yourself permission to love yourself.
And let go.
And in doing so, you will begin to let go.
But when you really want to let go, make sure that you're in the bathroom.
But ultimate coffee enemas, the vaginal infusions, perhaps even rectal infusions, because you can use it. You can use the vaginal infusion rectally as well.
Yeah, you men, I know you're excited about that.
For the men in here, like it's, yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of leaving now just to go do one.
It's gonna rebalance the terrain, which is so important, right? And then little by little, you will see a difference. I recommend journaling, and because then you'll keep consistent.
Yeah, why don't you journal and then go back and read it the next day and see if it was a love story or if it was a pathetic moan and groan story. Okay, because you've been telling a pathetic moan and groan story every day. Yes or no? Oh, don't, if I hear one more probably out of
You just be like,
just say no
yeah,
then. You know it. You're not a dumb woman. You are a brilliant woman. So I'm going to say it again. Have you been telling a moan and groan story almost every day? I'm walking away from this.
I catch myself out now from that way.
You didn't catch anything, maybe.
Just
I'm catching myself.
snap back.
Snap it back, baby.
Snap it back. Yeah, snap it back. Be like, you know what? I love me. I make the time for me. And when you do these things, it's not because you're trying to get rid of anything. You're loving yourself and you're thanking that your body already knows what to do. You're just now facilitating it for the first time. And then you can.
Listen, when you start loving yourself, it's going to be awkward like every new relationship, and your family on a subconscious level is going to get jealous and try to break you up from yourself. Do you know that? Yes. So when you go home, you shut your mouth. Oh, how'd the course go? Oh, it was okay. I'm serious.
And when life is
And when people call now, I don't mean to cut in.
No, go for
when
it.
people call you now, how's it going? Oh, the weather's not great. And guess what? All he talks about is this self-love stuff, but he won't give me my money back. That's it. That's all. That's all you do. I mean it. Oh my God, I feel for you. Yeah, I better get off because, you know, he won't give me the money and I can't even afford this call. Got the story? Okay. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you.
Okay, Heather? Is your name actually Heather Love?
Heather Hart.
Heather Hart. Heather Hart. Well, why don't you have
technically
any
it's on
heart
your
for
name.
yourself? You have no heart for yourself. It's Heather Fart right now until I see you change. Get out of here. Who's next? Are we done? No? What are we waiting? Okay, here we go.
This is Cellsonic, not what why we're here and everything.
What?
The circle. It's not. This is not the end of the circle, is it?
No.
It's got nothing to do with the circle. Tomorrow morning's the circle when we're all fresh.
Okay. Some of us didn't do the circle yesterday.
Oh, yeah, but you know what? We did a vote when you weren't here, and everybody said, I don't want to listen to those people.
No, they're first to go.
And they said, were you one of them? And I said, yeah. And they go, well, we've had enough.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
You're okay with that?
I'm right with that.
Hell no.
Means we're off the
You'll
hook.
learn about this in a
You're what?
We're off the hook.
Oh, listen, baby.
It's coming.
It's coming. Go ahead.
Jeanette.
Okay, I'll start up the top and work my way down. I've got the diagnosed with collapsed disc in my neck, which...
Okay, there's no such thing as a collapsed disc.
We've got dehydrated
Oh my
discs
God.
in the neck.
Did you found a really good drama queen doctor, didn't you? That's new, collapsed disc. I don't even know how you're even moving. It's all collapsed. Do you ever see a collapsed bridge? How do you travel on it? Huh? Will your head fall off in a second? I just want us not to be too ridiculous. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to get the work done to get them raised again.
We just need to unhook and go in here. Yeah.
And I've got a hiatal setting because of there, so I need to get the...
Do you know why everybody has a hiatal hernia?
Strange.
Janet,
Pushing the
are you
down.
coming? We're all in the car. I'll be there in a second. Oh my God, it came out. But it's only a little rabbit turd.
No.
And oh my God, it sunk to the bottom and cracked the bowl. And it's moving.
What are you saying?
So I feel my whole body is calcified. I can feel the calcium.
You're not calcified, you're inflamed.
It's from inflammation.
You're not calcified, you're inflamed.
All right then.
Okay, so look at the water
Right,
retention.
stiffness, yeah.
If Emily, if you go in there and just go like this, you'll see the water. No, not there, down in her hips. Look at that, see the water?
Yeah.
That's all water.
Okay.
So you're retaining all this water because somebody said there's a fire. And so they said, bring out the water bags. Okay? Yeah. Are you laughing at poor Janet? Oh, okay, all right. Hey, so I could tell that all the way from over here, I could see the jiggling. No, you're trying to hold yours from jiggling.
No, you must smile. Smiling is a prerequisite for being in here.
Yes, because I do get I've been because I've been focused on trying to get my
Yes.
health right. But I used to get really bad pains in the legs here, which I'm getting that.
But that pain in the legs was actually coming because there was a big blockage here. All this weight was pushing down. So what is the biggest joint in the body is the waistline. But what if the waistline, the transverse colon has fallen down on top of the uterus, the bladder, the ovaries, and it's just cut off the whole pelvic girdle? You should have pain here, shouldn't you? Should you have swelling here? Should you have cellulite? Should you have fat cells? Yeah. But they're all going to go away.
Yeah, eventually go away, yeah.
No, they're going to go away safe. They're going to go away quickly.
No, don't hope so. Because that's going to
Hope
hold you where
don't
you
float.
are.
Listen, if you were to actually get on the Perfect Day diet and then really every 6 weeks do a 6-day or longer advanced water fast, in 9 months you'll have the body that you had when you were like, wow, I like this?
Yeah, I did do it for 4 months, a bit over 4 months.
You did what for 4 months?
The Perfect Day diet, and I started off with a day before the fast.
How much did you weigh before?
I've lost 14 kilos.
How much?
14 kilos.
14?
Yeah.
14 kilos.
In a bit over 4 months.
But that was water,
It's
everyone.
like 35 pounds.
So that was 35 pounds of water, maybe a little bit of fat cells. Because what happens is when, and can I speak openly?
Yeah.
I usually do anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
I see permission to speak openly.
Okay, so what happens here is as soon as you're not bringing in as much inflammatory foods, a lot of the fire trucks go back to the station. Okay, do you get that? You understand it? Okay, so once we start actually getting rid of the water and then the fat cells start letting go of the inflammation and infection, we will have a raise up of weight because the water will come back in if you don't get the cork out of your vagina and your colon and your liver.
Have you done ultimate coffee enemas?
I haven't done that yet.
You need to.
Oh, well,
Got it now.
if you did an ultimate coffee enema morning and night, you would drop the weight 2 pounds a day.
Do it for 10 days, and then take a break for 10 days, and then do it for 10 days. And you will clean out the worms. You'll get rid of the mucoid plaque, so you'll start absorbing nutrients better as well.
As long as she's doing the daily cleansing tea, the black gold for the
Assuming
digestive
that you were
tract,
already on that.
and the black diamond in your drinking water. Those are the most important things. We're not going to try to overload you. Do you understand?
Maybe a little bit of curcumin cayenne.
Oh, it'd be beautiful if she would do like 1 capsule of curcumin cayenne every second hour. And if you can handle it, do 1 every hour. And if you did that, you'll increase curcumin cayenne is the least expensive thing for getting rid of inflammation and increasing circulation in the human body.
It's fantastic.
It is okay.
I like it.
I do 6
Yeah.
I do 6 caps a day.
I take 8 just because.
Yeah, and guess what? She will never ever have a circulatory problem in her life. Ever. Ever. I can say it.
But I can tell you when I started taking it, it did give me a little bit of heartburn. But now I can take.
It didn't give her heartburn. What did it do? It actually
Acidity in my stomach.
it was bringing the acidity out of your tissues. Because it doesn't give it to you now, does it?
No, it was for like a week, and then it was
Yeah.
gone.
So now it reduced the inflammation. It reduced the acidity. So now if you have trouble and you can't even do curcumin cayenne, that means you need to do therapeutic vomiting. That means you're one big acid bomb. Okay? So guess what? You make me sick to my stomach. My stomach is in knots. Okay? I feel like I want to throw up.
You're undermining.
I'm
the
nauseous.
Balance of your
And
stomach.
guess what? I'm telling you, if you look at therapeutic vomiting and you do it, it will save your life. How much BS have you had to swallow?
And be honest with yourself. How many times have you thought, I am sick to my stomach? Because that has an effect on the function of that organ.
How many people know that you actually don't get food poisoning? You actually have been poisoning yourself so long that if the food was just a little bit tainted, it was enough to rock your world. Okay? Self-poisoning is why we get sick, not food poisoning. And I'm not trying to tell you that if you eat food that's off, it's not going to make you feel bad. I'm trying to tell you that if you're going in there and you're highly acidic, understand something. Are you ready for this? This is where it's confusing. If you're highly acidic, you don't make enough hydrochloric acid, so you don't have a guard dog in your stomach to actually kill the bacteria, to kill the worms, to kill the fungus that might come in on the food. So if you are really stressed out, you make really weak hydrochloric acid, and that means that guess what? There's no guards on duty, and if it gets into the small intestine, you're going down, baby. Okay?
And then my feet, I have a lot of trouble with my feet.
Because gravity pulls everything.
I know, but if you don't get rid of that weight,
Yes, I've got to work here, but that will fall into place.
yeah, but understand something. If we go in there and we do non-surgical on that foot for a half an hour, and then every day after that you clap it, it's going to be stinging, but you're not going to have trouble with your feet. Okay? And if you have trouble with your feet, what are you supposed to do? If you take our peppermint oil, and if you were to keep the peppermint oil in your purse, and every time your feet starts to hurt a little bit and you rub the peppermint oil, that goes in, peppermint oil will go in and it will actually melt the crystallization, okay, that is actually like glass pushing on the nerves, causing you feet pain. How many people sometimes can't get to sleep at night because of feet pain? Did you know that 6 drops of our peppermint oil rubbed on the bottom of each foot and you're gone to bed? There's no pain. It's gone. And it's not hiding the pain. It's bringing up the circulation and it's bringing up the vibration, and that's it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, Janet.
Well, thank you.
Thank me. That's it.
After I said I realised.
I know, but keep working on that.
I'm getting me.
Okay. Okay. So what you need to do is let the world know that you're back,
Yeah.
and that you're not going to put up with. You get a lot of abuse from your family, a lot, Janet, and you allow it.
I don't know whether I fully allow it, but yeah, still.
I didn't say you fully.
I do.
Okay, can we just have a talk, me and you leave your subconscious? I said that you allow your family to emotionally abuse you.
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Some parts, yes. Yes, there are.
No times.
Not all of them. Not all of them. But
Oh
yes,
no,
there are.
just half of them. And which half are those?
Probably the biggest issue is my older daughter would be the biggest issue.
Why is your older daughter the issue?
Well, she just tells me that she can't be in the same room with me and things like that, and she won't talk about it. But I try to
So does she live with you?
No.
So okay, don't visit her.
I know.
And-
Yeah.
okay, well, and
I
don't
call her, I don't do anything.
and don't worry about it.
Yeah.
She's just upset and she's angry because guess what? She believed that you should have done better by her when you raised her and you did the best you could.
Yeah, she did.
So, okay? And guess what she's going to do? She's going to pass on the family curse and her daughter's going to hate her.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's where.
No, you're not going to do anything.
I'm not doing anything now.
You're not going to do anything. You're,
trying to open the door and say.
Janet, you're not going to do anything.
No, I'm not doing anything.
You're going to leave her alone for 9 months and take all your energy to you. And guess what? When she looks at you and goes, my God, Mom, what are you doing? Honey, I want to tell you something.
Thing you can do.
I didn't know better. Now I know better. And I have unconditional love for you if you want it. And if you don't, do not come here and abuse me, but I love you anyway.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
Yes, I got that.
And that's it. You say it once.
Yes.
When you give yourself permission to be you, you're also showing her she has permission to be her.
Yes.
Yeah. I did try to tell her that one other time, but she just wouldn't listen.
Your non-words will be far more powerful
Don't
than
talk.
trying to put,
Don't
than put anything
talk.
into words.
I have
Yeah.
not talked to some of my children for 2 or 3 years. I've let them do their thing. I let them discover themselves. They know that I unconditionally love them.
He's not judging them.
I'm not. And guess what? If I come in and go, well, I think that I'm the terrorist.
And immediately they put up a wall. I mean, I can reminisce on the walls I put up with a mother who was always in my face, trying to save me. I saved myself.
And because her mother needed something to save because she couldn't save herself.
This is true.
And you got to get that. And we're not going to feel sorry for her mother, but what we're going to do is we're going to not hate her. We're not going to judge her. And it's not up to you to have your daughter change. It's up to you for you to change and fall in love with this beautiful woman. Do you get this?
Yes, I get that. I do get that.
Okay. And if you fall in love with you, guess what? All the walls melt in between you and her without you doing anything.
Yeah.
If somebody's pissed off at you and you go, come on, let us. No.
Yes, I'll get up. I got bad. Oh, that's all right. I forgot to tell you about my bad knees. I got really bad.
Listen to me. Every joint in your body's bad right now.
Yeah.
And every joint in your body's going to be amazing.
Because
And it's not going to go away that fast, Janet, because your body doesn't trust you.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you've never really loved it. And it's still hanging in here with you.
But in the last 2 years, I'm doing lots
The
of
last
things
2
myself.
years,
Last 2 years,
you
I'm
have
just
not
gonna go
been
further.
trying to kill yourself. That's great.
Keep the focus that direction and just
I'm not putting you down. I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah, I've still got work to do.
bring it on.
Yeah, I've still
you've
got
got a
work
lot
to
of
do.
loving to do.
Yeah, you don't have work to do. You got a lot of loving to do. We don't have a lot of work to do. We got a lot of loving to do. We've never loved ourselves like we should have.
Because we've been taught that it's selfish if you love yourself. When you start to care for yourself out of love for yourself, you exponentially will go faster.
I already told you, keep your mouth shut. Don't tell anybody you're doing it because your family will try to break that relationship up.
Just smile and go, okay. And then you walk away.
Oh, my youngest
Yeah.
daughter, she's really keen on it.
What?
My youngest daughter really wrapped up doing it.
That's perfect.
She's supporting me 100% on it, my youngest.
Yeah, I know that, but guess what?
You still got to do it for you.
She still has a sandbox, not a kitty litter for her life. Your other daughter has a kitty litter for her life, and that's her belief systems now.
That's it.
Don't take on any guilt for it.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We do thank you. We thank you for coming here, and I think you're coming along fantastic. Hey, settle down over there. It was you, wasn't it? I know it was you. That's why there's no circle jerk going on for you.
I played viola and
You played the violin?
viola, and it was bigger than a violin.
Okay, the viola. I don't know what the difference. The viola,
Quite a bit bigger.
the long one.
This one.
Okay.
And I then played a very fat one,
And then you played a fat viola.
had very big ribs.
Okay.
And so now my neck's grinding and the chiropractic won't.
Does anybody want to see me get rid of that in 10 minutes when we get done here?
Yes.
If you'll go get Cellsonic right here and right here and here as soon as we get done, we will give you that relief that'll blow your mind well, it won't take me more than 7 minutes. Okay? Okay. And our relief is not an adjustment. It's a metabolic physical change.
It's bringing the blood flow back that's been cut off.
Oh yeah, we've changed the frequency right down to the mitochondria, and we've changed the scar tissue right back into connective tissue. Yeah, okay, all right. We'll do it. Hi MJ,
Oh, hello.
how's it going?
Oh, good. 3 issues. I've had back when I was in my
You had
20s.
back what?
Back when I was in my 20s. I had surgery on both feet to straighten my big toe. So I'm left with a few issues there. And hopefully Cellsonic on that will help.
1 second.
I'm just putting your thing up there.
Yeah.
Someone asked about stuff, consultations.
Okay.
I
All
just
right.
figured I'd answer.
Okay, go ahead, love.
Yeah. When I was in my 20s, I had surgery
When
on
you're in
both-
your 20s,
both
you had
feet.
surgery on where?
Both feet. They cut around here now.
Yeah, guess what? You see the swelling all around the top part of the ankle?
Yeah.
So you can see you see on her left foot how it's swollen more than, see the right foot is swollen more than the left foot.
yeah.
Well, we know that she's got a cecum block. No, the other foot.
Yeah,
other
that
foot.
one.
Yeah.
Right up at
I know, but you've got more swelling on this one.
more. There's more.
So that
swelling
means
on
you've
the
got a
right.
cecum block. So that means,
Would the ileocecal valve be stuck open?
it's probably stuck open, yes. Okay? And, but guess what? All we need to do, if you want relief, is go do the Cellsonic, and we could do it today if somebody else can do this, or tomorrow. If we do the Cellsonic on the horseshoe, look at this, the horseshoe. If I do the Cellsonic on the horseshoe, and I do 100 pulses on this here, okay, and then I go in here and I loosen this up, all this is going to fall apart.
All
Okay?
the nerves in there are still really sensitive.
No, you have scar tissue in there. And guess what? Can everybody understand something? When they say you've got stenosis in the spine and your nerves are dead, they aren't telling you the truth. The nerves are calcified and got scar tissue on them. They're not dead. And we proved that, I'm telling you, every week with somebody with stenosis.
It's lacking electrical signaling because of
That's all.
calcification.
That's it. That's it.
So it stops instead of going all the way to where it should.
Yeah, and you'll get that. You know when you go, has anybody ever sat on their foot?
Yeah.
Your foot doesn't fall asleep in the main part of your ankle that, moves your foot up and down, okay? All right? It's got too much scar tissue and calcification in there. So when you bend and sit on your foot, you bend it enough because of the scar tissue in the door hinge. That would be rust with a door. That would be calcification and scar tissue with a joint. It actually pushes on and doesn't allow the nerve pulse to come through. Your foot didn't fall asleep. The nerve pulse didn't come through. So that's what's happening. We'll get rid of the scar tissue and the calcification, and you won't have that pain anymore.
Okay. The next one was I had breast reduction done.
Breast reduction, yeah. So anyways, if you had a breast reduction done, the scars they left are going to cause tons of problems. You could get fibroids and even tumors.
Yeah.
Your breathing will be worse now. Okay, so guess what? If we go on the scar with the Cellsonic, and then we go in with the non-surgical, right away, first treatment, you're going to have relief. Now, if you could get someone here to please just do non-surgical in the intercostal muscles of your ribs, okay, I want that done first. Intercostal muscles, and I want them to open up your sternum, and then I want them to Cellsonic the scar tissue right here, to reduction, and then they're going to go in with their non-surgical. You are going to go, oh my God, I'm back to normal.
Okay.
You will. And at the most it's going to take, depending on how much you starved yourself from high vibrational foods and how much water you did not drink, will depend on whether we have to go once, twice, or even up to 5 times. The worst is 5 times. And I am not putting the surgeon down, but if he had a bad day and he butchered you, okay, and you were really stressed out, you'll have tons of scar tissue in there, and that means we have more work to do, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Did you get it done on a Monday?
Very cool.
Okay, getting surgery on a Monday is not the smartest thing, or on a Friday. I'm letting you know.
Thursday.
The funny thing was when I stopped dairy, they shrank.
Yeah,
I could not
well,
believe
see,
that.
when
I stopped the dairy.
you stopped dairy, and what happened?
I went from F cup to a D cup.
You went from an F cup to a D cup when she stopped the dairy.
No, when I had the breast reduction, but then when I stopped dairy, like 2 years ago, my breasts have shrunk onto
No, because they were inflamed.
Down to like a B,
The
right?
dairy will inflame your breast to the point of mutation.
Well, because there's the
blew me away.
storage containers. The body puts the excess.
Listen, your body says, look we need fat cells when you're inflamed. Oh, no, we don't. We got 2 storage containers hanging up there. Let's go. So that...
And my third issue is I had a car accident when I was about 16, and I got thrown out of the car and hit the railway line. So I hit down. I ended up laying on the metal part with the back of the head.
So here's the thing. If we go in there, we're going to find really beef jerky because it was a trauma, and somebody's going to cry. So somebody's going to have an emotional release.
Yeah, well, I gained consciousness when I was in hospital.
Okay.
And then from that moment on, I had a balance issue, so it took me months to stay upright.
Does everybody understand that a balance issue is scar tissue? And calcification will prove it. And understand something, you're going to start doing the pelvic squats twice a day?
Yeah.
And the crab stretch? Well, guess what?
Crab
And then-
stretch I find difficult because
You
I'm
won't,
shoulders.
in time.
Yeah.
In time.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to do everything. In time, sweetie. In time.
So anyway, the balance went then, and I had lost a fair bit of memory at the time.
Yeah.
And then a couple of years later, I lost hearing in my left ear, so they did stependectomy on that one, so I could get my hearing back. And then a couple of years after that, I the saliva and all that sort of thing. I reckon it's all from the same issue.
It's all from the same issue.
Yeah.
Once we go in and unhook your occiput and do your spine, you should have your whole spine done with the Cellsonic, non-surgical, and then we go right on here and we unhook everything here and we open up your whole neck. You're just going to go, okay, what's the problem here?
That's what I want.
I know.
Brilliant.
You know what? Usually we have 5 therapists that'll come and help us every place we're at, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we had more than that in Calgary.
Yeah, we had more. Yeah, everybody got done.
But I'm doing the non-surgical, so I'm figuring that out.
You'll get lots of work, but we need to make sure that you are really taking in lots of nutrition.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I would like to just go through and we'll target the people taking the non-surgical, and I'll tell you what I would do if I was you to make it through the non-surgical properly. So you don't, remember something, you're getting 25 to 30 hours of non-surgical on your body. And we're not going in to break up everything, but we will be loosening up everything.
You'll still be releasing things, even from the lighter work, having students work on you. You're still getting a lot of detoxification benefits from it. So
yes.
You want to have nutraceuticals. Like I did 2 non-surgicals back to back when I did it, and
she did 2 full courses back to back so that she could become a master trainer faster to sit over here.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So I got on the ionic calcium. I was using the IGF. I had the SON formula for extra aminos to heal and repair faster, and I'm really
You have to
glad
prepare
I did.
for this.
Yeah.
If you're going to learn the most powerful body work in the world, do you think it's not going to release issues in your tissues? It's not going to release toxins? Go ahead, look.
And I used the thunder shrooms because actually I released a lot from my lungs just from having my shoulder worked on because the lung meridian is there. And I had 5 days of just crazy expression from my lungs. Yet I was so energetic, I didn't feel like I was going through an expression. And it actually blew my mind. To be able to have that release and then still feel amazing at the same time.
We have 2 types. We have Thunder Shroom Critical Care and Thunder Shroom
I was taking critical care.
Vital Care. And understand, and you need to get this. Go do your homework. Our Thunder Shrooms Critical Care is the strongest immune builder on planet Earth. We have people that have been given 6 days to live. I'm not going to tell the story on here because nobody wants to believe it and I don't need to hear it. And we'll tell the stories tomorrow when we go through. And then I'll even tell you people that you can call if you don't believe me. So, what Thunder Shrooms do is they are 90-year-old mushrooms grown on the side of trees up in the Asian mountains. They're not grown in a lab. 98% of all mushrooms, therapeutic mushrooms, are grown in a lab, and they're only 2 to 6 weeks old. These are 90 years old. We are the only company outside of this company that gets them in Asia that sells them in the world. And the reality is they go in and they actually trigger the immune response and your immune system to build it faster than anything known. There's 40 years of research. Oliver does a show, and we're going to be going and bringing on testimonials from around the world because the world needs to know about this because right now everybody's in an immune crash. Have you ever heard of autoimmune disease?
Everybody's got it.
92% of the population minimum has it. Okay? And in some countries it's as high as 96. That means 4 people out of 100 aren't suffering from an autoimmune disease. And when I was a kid, okay, you could say to somebody, they would say that if they had a chronic illness, they knew they weren't well. Do you know how many people in this room have an autoimmune disease and they think that they're well because they're not in the hospital? The reality is majority rules, and the majority have been fooled. Okay.
So with having this done, was it 4 years ago, I had cataract replaced, the lenses. And not long before I came here, I noticed I was getting distorted vision. So
distorted vision. So we know that that's brain. That's brain, and it's stress, and it's liver. Start doing the ultimate coffee enema, take C60 and put the Bright Eyes Nanos in there at least 6 to 8 times a day, and take C60 6 to 8 times a day underneath your tongue, and do the ultimate coffee enema at least once or twice a day, and then tell me you can't see clear. And guess what? If we were to go in here, how about this, guys? I mean, I just wish that I had all this time and we weren't just training and we could just do a few days. But if I went in and worked on your occiput right now, where you actually got into that accident, your eyesight would come back. Did you know right here, these are called the upper eyes? There's nobody that we work on when we work on back here and open up the occiput and they can't see better. Is it true?
It's true.
Yeah. People don't get this. They just don't get this. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. How many more? That's it. That's got to be it. Really? Really? Smiley Bates, how are you? And why do you wait till the last? What did I tell you earlier? What was my words to you? The squeaky wheel
gets the grease.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Okay, mine is just mainly calcification and scar tissue issues.
Where?
SI.
Oh, they're a piece of cake.
Knees, Achilles tendon, fingers, wrists.
Okay, don't worry about it. We'll knock that out of the park with you.
Yeah.
And guess what? I can see it.
Yeah.
You know, attitude is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could do like 100 pulses on each SI joint with you. I feel it. And I could go in there for no more than 10 minutes and we're done.
Awesome.
That's with the SIs. Okay, what else did you say?
The Achilles tendon and calcification.
We have to Cellsonic it.
Yeah.
That we've got to Cellsonic.
I've done the elbow.
No, the elbow won't work. What you do is with here, is guess what you do? You do the Cellsonic and then you go in with the bottom of a 100 ml essential oil bottle and you take it apart.
Shot glass.
And then guess what you got to do? And then you got to put on DMSO 3 cream. If it's the gel, at least 3 times a day. The cream 6 times a day. And you put essential oils on there at least 6 to 8 times a day. And you work at that. And guess what? In 3 to 4 weeks, they'll never bother you again.
Yeah, I've done all the
I know, but
classes and everything, so it's the Cellsonic that needs.
it's a Cellsonic, but it's not you.
Yeah.
If you were laying on your tummy and I went in there and grabbed it and I did it, we would go in and open up the fibers.
Because I've been working on
It's a tendon, not a muscle.
Yeah.
So these wires are so tight together, it's hard to do yourself with them. I could never do it myself.
You'll never quite go deep enough. When
No,
you're
but
doing it yourself.
you can do a lot of other places yourself,
Yeah.
but you cannot do that.
Yeah.
And the only thing that you could do is you can go in with the bottle and just get the heel part, but you can't get the tendon. You've got to be somebody that's got control of the back of the ankle, lifting it up like this, and then stripping it.
Yeah. No worries.
That's it.
Okay, easy peasy.
Okay. Oh, now you want to butt in. Come on up so you're ready. Thanks, honey. Thanks, love. That's my beautiful partner, Lori. Couldn't do this without her. Yeah. Okay. What's happening?
I was going to talk about my knee, scar tissue. Had an injury many years ago, had 2 arthroscopes on it, and just kind of got worse and worse. I think scar tissue type thing.
It died.
We should have been plugged in. It's okay, 1 second. Is it plugged in now? We can bring it over? Yeah. Okay. That's Emily's job. Where are you, Emily? See? She's in the loo. How are the other 2?
They're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they're fine.
Okay, love. We'll wait for a minute. There we go.
This was just Instagram.
Yeah, who cares about Instagram?
It's just Instagram.
No, I'm kidding. Don't take it hard.
There we go.
Okay.
And resume.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're quick.
Yeah, I am.
I don't think the phone will be lined up, will it?
Pretty
Oh,
close.
yes, just on you.
Just
I
on
should-
me. I'm the star anyway.
That's true. You are a star. Ross?
Okay, I was also going to talk about my feet, the circulation in under here in my feet since I...
Roz, you don't get enough amino acids in your diet. And I really believe that you might be a caffeine or a sugar junkie. Which one?
I have cacao, but I don't drink coffee.
What about sugar?
Sugar, I have fruit mainly.
Well, when did that start? Because there's something going on here. Do you see it? Do you see
it.
Do you see the muscle wasting, and do you see the scar tissue and the
Excessively high
dehydration?
metabolism,
Yeah.
This leg's had muscle wastage since I had surgery. I could never...
What surgery did you have on that leg?
Just the arthroscope.
Oh no. So guess what? Now we do the Cellsonic and we go in there. We'll reverse that. You cannot have surgery without calcification and scar tissue formation. I know, but there's still something going on here. I don't think you eat and get enough nourishment. And I really think that you need to front end load. I mean, she needs to front end load for 3 months to 6 months if you don't want to, how old are you? 57? You need to invest into your body. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm being honest.
And keep it out of, I don't know how much exercise you do, but keep it moving. The squats, and the breathing, because that will bring back the circulation, that will keep the muscle
for how much
tissue.
muscle you have, your ankles are way too thick. That's calcium dumping.
This one, this ankle, specifically about 7 months ago when I was visiting hospital and I was not able to put feet up, I got really problems with this ankle.
Why did you have to put your feet up?
Because I stayed in the hospital for day upon day with no bed.
What?
I stayed in the hospital visiting my mum with no...
I know, but guess what? That shouldn't cause the swelling. We already know.
I understand.
We already know that you've got intestinal blockages.
Yeah, I know that too.
Okay. So guess what? Let's talk about what's really going down here. So what we need to do is we need to do her spine, but the very next thing we need to do is we need to go and do her abdomen and a pelvic clearance.
Her abdomen, because there's not,
Yeah,
maybe,
okay.
maybe you're taking in nutrition, but you're not absorbing it.
Have you had cesareans?
No.
Well, you might as well have, because you have a ton of adhesions in here. So your stomach is tied in knots. How many bad relationships have you had?
Probably a few.
Yeah, you've had a lot of woozy doozies, baby. Okay? And this is why. Okay, and the stress has eaten up your nutrition, your muscles. That's why your ankles are so thick. Those ankles need to be worked on and brought down. They're beef jerky and calcified. Look, guys, there's no help out there for you. I'm going to say it again. You will leave here giving a money back guarantee, and nobody else in your city will. There's a reason. There's no real help out there if they don't know how to turn scar tissue into connective tissue, get the calcium back into the bones, and teach you from stop attacking yourself even though you don't know you're doing it.
Because it's on an
Are you
emotional
getting
level
this?
first. It's on an emotional level first, always.
And if you're not here to become a practitioner, don't you dare go home and try to practice becoming one when you get there. You get yourself well and you don't touch your family. They come to you and they beg for the information, or you're going to get slapped. Tora, will they get slapped? Will you get slapped, Tora, if you go to your family with this stuff?
That's right. But they're starting to actually open up. And
I know, but how long does it take him, Tora, how long does it take him?
It's taken 7 years.
7 years. So listen, do you want to kill yourself over it? And if you're a woman, you will. We already talked about that. Well, maybe not you. You're selfish.
Well, the other thing that came up today in the clucking was the heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all those I think is related to my emotional state.
Well, I think, you know what, I think it would be really good if I could take the time and I will do I'll do a hiatal hernia release and a sternum release, and I'll release your heart for you. Would you like that? And because you did the course in Sydney and you deserve that. And I need to get you back for that and torture you. Yes. Okay? No, but this has taken longer than it should have. Not you.
No, just...
You know, yesterday when we left, there was only 4 people.
But then there's always more.
All right.
Thank you. Thank me. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, love. How you doing?
Thank you. So I had pre-cancerous cells removed from my cervix last year.
Do you know what that means? That she's just been pooping in her pelvis and there's just inflammation, and precancerous means that it's a bloody joke. If she wants to do vaginal infusions and she wants to do the ultimate coffee enema, take the daily cleansing tea and do the black gold and actually start honoring and respecting herself. And where it was on your cervix, right? Okay, well, there's a little bit of sexual disappointment. So, you know, lost a boyfriend. Not you. Boyfriend or husband cheated on you, or you cheated on them, or you didn't feel sexually pleasing, or you felt sexually rejected. The emotional part is there, and then the physical part comes right behind it. Take it away.
Yeah, vaginal infusions will be very, very helpful for restoring the tissue and helping to remove the toxicity that's coming from the leaking large intestine. And then if you go that step further to restore that function through the ultimate coffee enema and just a perfect day. So
3 to 6 weeks, you can go back in there and they're going to go, listen, you took someone else's vagina canal. I know it.
Not to mention when they do pap smears.
Yeah, it'll look totally different.
And they irritate that area, if you don't actually let it completely heal before you're intimate, that alone can cause the mutation of the cells. So there's...
And I'll tell you something right now, and you can believe it or not believe it, and you are not my daughters, and I am not telling you to do it. They never went for pap smears. They never went for checks. I go, why are you checking? You'll know. Okay? Because it won't feel good down there. It'll smell down there.
Yeah.
It'll smell.
Yeah.
Okay, understand that. So you go ahead and let them just poke around in there. Okay? They're going to tell you whatever they need to tell you to do. Oh, you're 40, you need to get this checked. You're 50, you need to get this checked. You're 60, you need to get this checked.
And get on a whole plant-based diet and have that be 80% of the time. It's not to say you can't have a little bit of fun here and there, but
yeah.
As a rule, you want 80% of the time because it's what you do most of the time that accumulates, right?
You do vaginal infusion for 1 week and go back there, and it won't even look like the same place.
Yeah, this is true.
They will say we must have got the records mixed up.
It'll completely
no, they will.
Balance.
7 days, I don't care. Precancerous cells, she won't even have anything in there. Yeah. I'm saying it not because I'm intelligent, but because we've only been doing this for the last 15 years.
And give yourself permission to love you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Also go for vaginormas on my breasts.
That's because of the pooping in the pelvis.
Yes. Remember what we said? It's
this.
like going to the circus. You got the guy with the hammer hits it down. Okay, you just hit your cervix. Ow! And your breasts go, wow! Bang, ding.
Take care of this, and this will go. Do breast massage every day in the shower as well, and rotate out.
Yeah, but are you in the course on surgical? Oh, well then why don't you hire her for 1 hour, and why don't you show her the whole breast massage technique? Have another girl video it and do it on her breast. Do you have someone that can do your breasts? Do you have a partner?
Andrea.
Andrea. Oh yeah, Andrea, she's after every woman here. So how's things looking for you? I notice there's an empty seat in between you now. So why Andrea?
I'm staying with her.
For how long?
Oh, like for the course.
Where do you live?
Doncaster, Melbourne.
And she lives in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Well, then guess what? Then leave it alone. She's going to know how to drain your breasts and to do the non-surgical and do the breast massage on you.
She even has this.
She's got the. Oh yeah, listen.
Cellsonic.
Miss lumpy bumpy breasts, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know what? They're going to be smooth.
But once you have that done, do the breast massage in the shower every day. Just take two minutes in the shower.
What's your opinion on breast implants?
What's my opinion? Well, first of all, have you ever had a sliver? You never had a sliver in your hand? A sliver in your foot? Anybody have a sliver? A splinter.
A splinter.
Wow, these foreigners. Okay.
You get a foreign object stuck in your body, it's not good.
And listen to their fake accents. That's pissing me off.
She has breast implants, so you can still have the work done if you have breast
Oh no,
implants.
you can still have them done. And what they'll do is they'll go gentler and just start loosening things up to get the circulation. And how old are they?
7 years.
Oh, well, they've got 3 years and they got to come out. But guess what? No, they're my friends. They're my identity. It's true. But when they start going sideways,
They're a foreign object that your body's encapsulating in calcium, so it's weakening your ribs, it's weakening the bones all around it. So when they get
we got horror stories for you.
They can pop too. When they've been in there long enough, they can pop, and then you've got.
It's not just that. They create so much scar tissue.
Yeah, it's not good.
And the reality is,
Your lungs.
Yeah. And did they put it under the muscle or under the skin?
Under the muscle.
Oh boy. No. When you go to get them removed, what a bunch of trouble that'll be. You better make sure, you might want to, if you ever do, call me because we know the person to go to, and they're in Guadalajara. And
I have the number too.
Yeah, he's amazing, and they're amazing, and the price is amazing, but they're amazing what they do. And you don't want to just go to anybody for this one if it's under the muscle. Mm-hmm. No, they should never do that. It should have been under the skin, not under the muscle. So when they go to take that out, now you're going to have about anywhere from a 1/16 to a 1/4 inch of just massive scar tissue laden with heavy metals, and they've got to take that capsulation out too, because some women will go in, they'll take the implant out, and they won't tell you, and they'll leave that in there. Trust me, you'll get to a point one day when you'll go, they're coming out. Listen, I know a person, and I don't know if she's watching, but it doesn't matter. Okay, she's in Europe, and I knew she had breast implants. Everything looked young about her, except from here down to here on her arm. It looked like she was 120 years old. I said, "You've got breast implants." She goes, "How do you know?" I said, "Look at the wrinkling and the aging of your arms. Your breast implants are leaking." I said, "You've got to get rid of them." "I can't do that. I've had them so long." And it was just like I just was going to steal the kids. And I mean that. Trust me, we've had therapists come with breast implants and then find out what the side effects are, and realizing that it was a case of never loving themselves. And they would risk their life for them. This is not to make you feel guilty. This is just to put this in your back pocket and remember this conversation and that we're here for you. That's all. But with the Cellsonic and with the non-surgical and with the diet, they would, if he did a good job, they may never bother you. But guess what? Go and drink alcohol, do sugar, do dairy, okay? And guess what? Walk around believing that you're not good enough and you're not pretty enough, and that, you know, that who in the hell would love you? And guess what? Those suckers are gonna explode like atomic bombs. And you keep that colon moving, and you make sure you do an ultimate coffee enema every 3 days for the rest of your life. And you do a vaginal infusion at least maybe every 3 days after you've turned everything around. Am I right or wrong?
100% right. 100%
And that's
right.
because I'm more than a woman.
All right. What does that mean?
Well, didn't you ever hear that song by the Bee Gees? I love it.
Yeah, okay. Yes, I did.
Oh, you don't have to get embarrassed for me. Jesus, look at this. No, I haven't gone over yet. Okay. I bet you want to get out of here quick. All right. Thank you. I think that was great. What do you think, guys? Yes. Huh? Did we learn anything? Yes. Did we have fun? Yes. Always. We are always going to have fun. We are never going to go and learn anything without having fun again. We are never going to go and do anything without leaving smiles wherever we go. We are going to let people know that they are loved, even if they're the cashier and she's having a bad day.
Leave smiles wherever you go.
So we can find you. Thanks for joining us, and just know this, like we told you, we've got, if you want to come to us here, right?
Yeah.
We've got 3 people for the non-surgical spots left, and we've got 5 for the pelvic course. When they're gone, they're gone. And check it out at braveheartnation.com. The last course of the year is in Bonita, Florida. And right now, if anywhere around the world, if you want to get a consult, the consults are on sale. Check that out. And next week I'll be on, and we'll all be on, and we'll be talking about advanced water fasting, okay? And the power of it, okay?
Don't miss out.
And listen, make sure you go to my library, and everybody here needs to go do that homework. Go try to watch, especially as your day off, try to see if you can eat up both. The preparation, it's 3 hours. And then the kickoff is 2 hours. If you watch those 2 things, okay, and you guys can get the advanced water fasting guide. It's an amazing manual. It's in the library. Go check it out, and have the best night of your life wherever you are.
Have the best night ever. 3, 2,
3, 2, 1. We got this.
We got this.
Good night.